Hey everybody, Rob back again this week, and I'm here with more Flames of War stuff. First of all, let's just get this out of the way. If you like these videos, please subscribe, hit the notification button, share them with your friends. If not, then thumbs down and don't watch the rest of it. I guess. Anyway, we are. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's get to the fun stuff. So we are talking about Flames of War. In my last video that I did, at least in the order that I recorded them, in that video I talked about getting into version 4 or edition 4 of Flames of War and what your different options were for doing that. So let's say you've bought into the game and you got your rule book, or you even bought the big rule book. Either way, you got the rules to the game. You've played some games. You're getting comfortable with the rules. Maybe you've picked up Fortress Europe or some of the D-Day books for Americans, Germans, or whatever that they put out. But those all have missions in them too. So I mean, it's not like you're just playing straight march your guys into my guys. You have missions with different objectives. But let's say you've played a bunch of that, and you're looking for, a different spin on the game, something else to do with it. And when the D-Day stuff started releasing, they released a lot of products. Like I said, certain armies got new books. I know Americans and Germans got new books for D-Day. Germans have 2 right now. I can't remember if Americans have 1 or 2, but they just represent the forces and different areas, and they have different missions in them for the different types of battles, but those missions in those books are generally broken up pretty evenly, 100 points versus 100 points. They also released command cards to go along with the books, so like the German command cards. If you don't know what the command cards are, it's a deck of cards they give you to where, I think I got a couple of them out here actually, to where you can, here's one that's real easy. It's 1 point. It's called Lucky. Discard this card to re-roll 1 die. The second result must be used. German Force Limited, and it costs 1 point to add to your army, and you spend army points to add these cards. Like this one is the 88 tank hunter. This 88 tank hunter platoon may fire an artillery bombardment with the following characteristics, and then it gives you an artillery stat line, and it costs 1 point, and it tells you who can take it. But that's all the command cards are, is they let you customize your units a little bit more than just the generic stuff. So they put out the D-Day books, they put out command cards. Americans got command cards. They put out unit card packs specifically for each book that comes out. So like the German D-Day has its own command cards. Germans have their own Fortress Europe command cards. So does every other force. I'm saying Germans because that's the army that I'm currently playing. But then, like when the Waffen SS book came out, there's a set of command cards that are not command cards, unit cards that are specific to that book. I think it has it has command cards and unit cards for each book. These that I have here are just the D-Day German cards. I hadn't picked up the Waffen SS ones yet, or the unit cards. I need to pick those up too. But I went over in my last video about the unit cards and how they can be used. So, of all the other stuff that they were putting out for the D-Day release, there is one particular item, which we're going to talk about in this video, that was really, really cool, and it's still readily available, and I think it's like 20 or 25 bucks on the website, or if you can get your local shop to order it for you, should be about that price. And that is the D-Day Beach Assault Mission Terrain Pack. Very cool book. It is a paperback book, and it comes with a map that I'll show you in a minute, but it comes with rules and missions in here for the beach assaults. It also comes with a whole bunch of thick card punch outs of different things like 5cm guns or bunkers, gun bunkers. Here's one for the 88 for defending the beach. And I know some wargamers don't like using that kind of stuff. I think they're cool because if you are wanting to play, but you're playing against a German player who doesn't have those specific models, it's nice that since you can use them in this, they gave you at least stand-ins to use instead of the models. Because like the 88 bunker, you know, you can get the actual model. I think these come in a 2-pack. But you can get the actual model to put on the table, and they do look great. But if you don't have them, then these are fantastic. And there's a whole bunch of different ones. I'll just go ahead and go over them. You've got 2 each of those bunkers. You've got 3 each of the 5cm guns. You've got 3 each of the 2cm anti-aircraft guns. A couple of French turret bunkers. And the artwork on them is not bad either. You got a couple of mortars. And you have 8 machine guns. A little stack of those. It also comes with, I'm not going to dig all these out, but there are a bunch of tokens for minefields and barbed wire, because you can pay points to put that stuff out when you're setting up the battlefield. And I think the last tokens it comes with are, it actually comes with a whole stack of landing craft. And the rules for the landing craft actually hitting the beaches are very cool. They're a lot of fun. We've played this scenario a lot. I ran it at my local shop. We've played it here. It's just, it's a lot of fun. So what else does it come with? Well, it comes with this poster. I guess I'll go over this too, because this part is in it. And it's a 4-foot wide poster that you can lay out on the table. And it is the beach landing. You can just lay this over a regular grass mat or one with hills or whatever, because up beyond the landing point, up beyond the wall, it's supposed to go into, you know, the gentle slopes and the towns and houses and stuff like that. So you have your regular mat out, and then you put this on the end of the table to change that into a landing zone. Now, that comes in the pack, just like all the tokens or all the cardboard cutout punch outs I showed you. Those come in the pack. The book comes in the pack. That map comes in the pack. This does not come in the pack, but if you want something like that, but a little more durable, Gale Force 9 makes this, and I think it's sold on both their website and the Flames of War site. If I can get into it, it is the same map, but it's going to last a lot longer because this is vinyl. And you just roll it out, put it on the table. So I picked one up, I think they were about 25, 30 bucks, something like that. And it worked out really well when I was running, you know, D-Day beach assault events at my shop, or the local shop, because I could set up 2 tables, one with that map, one with this map, and have 2 big games going at one time. So what all comes in the book? Well, it starts off talking about countryside tables and the different little, any special little rules for the types of terrain that are on them. Then it has a section in here on D-Day battles, and there are 3 battles in this book: Shot in the Dark, Help's on the Way, and Fubar. And then it tells you how to play a linked campaign with those, also including the No Retreat and Breakthrough missions from the rule book. And then the next page is the Shot in the Dark mission, and it has all the mission special rules on the page with it there. And then you have rules for airborne assaults, so your paratroopers, and glider deployment, if you have guys coming in on gliders. And they actually have little cardboard punch out not tokens, guides that you can use for bringing in gliders or paratroopers. And I thought that was kind of neat. And then we have a page on beach assault terrain with the map on the table. You see what I'm talking about there, just a grass table with the terrain, and then you put this map on the end of it. And it talks about the different areas on the table and how they affect troops. And then you go, the next mission is Helps on the Way, and it has very specific setups for it. And this is one thing that I've heard people complain that, oh, Flames of War is just, constantly, 100 points versus 100 points. It's not realistic. Well, in this, they try to get a little more historical with it, because with Helps on the Way and the FUBAR mission, you have a chart. And depending on whether you're the attacker or defender, so if you're the attacker, you're like the Americans or the Brits. If you're the defender, you're the Germans trying to hold the beaches in Normandy. And depending on which force you're playing, it tells you how many forces, basically how many points you get to put on the table, how many are already in reserve, and then how many you get to attack with, so on and so forth. And it's lopsided, it's not even. Then there's special rules for like Pointe du Hoc variant, relief reserves. Then you have the FUBAR mission, which is the same table setup basically. And then it has its own special rules and its own points table for the forces that are there. And it has the rules: Driven from the Sky, Fortified Defense, Fortified Reserves, Overwhelming Force, The Longest Day, which affects both players, and then Victory Points. And then after those three missions, you have the rules for Amphibious Assaults, which are a lot of fun. It's really cool because there's a lot of randomness to where the boat actually comes in, and if it even comes in that turn. The book finishes up the amphibious vehicle assaults. Then it talks about the obstacle rules, minefields, barbed wire, fortification rules for bunkers, nests, walls, and then the different bunkers and machine gun ones that I showed you. They have all of them in here, but I also got the German D-Day card pack. They're all in it too, so I have actual cards for those. So there's a lot packed into this little $20-$25 box set. And granted, you're going to spend more than that if you go get the vinyl mat, which you don't have to do. I just wanted something that I knew was going to stand the test of time. And folding and unfolding that map, I don't know how long it's going to last. That being said, you might be able to take that and get it laminated, and then it would last a lot longer. I have used it many times to run many games so far, and it has not been damaged yet. But it is just like poster material, so it could be. That's why I got the vinyl one, really. But it does give me two to set up two tables at a time. And they do sell on their website the actual bunkers that you can put out on the table, and they look fantastic. But, that can get a little pricey. And if you just want to keep the cost down, but you want to be able to play these cool missions with all these cool special rules that they have in it, then the terrain packets, the mission terrain pack is what you need, because it comes with all of it. Yeah, really, really pleased with it. I've enjoyed it. I don't feel like I wasted my money at all. We've had a ton of fun with this, and we've played some non-historical stuff too. I've had Russians storming my beaches, and it's not as easy to hold those beaches as you might think playing Germans. But that's everything that comes in the Beach Assault Kit and Terrain Pack, and you can still get it from their website, or like I said, your local game store may be able to get it for you. Just ask them about it. But if you want some variation in the way you play, it does give you some more missions. It gives you some more units as far as the guns and the bunkers to put out. It has the amphibious assault rules, which are, like I said, they're super fun, and they're just a blast to play. Yeah, if you just want some variation in the game, I highly recommend it. You'll get hours of fun out of that less than $30 you're going to spend to get it. I think when I come back, one of my next videos, just to let you know what I have planned, I am going to look at the D-Day Hobby League kit that you can get off their website. It is a hobby kit that is good for up to 10 players, and it's $50, but it comes with a lot of really cool stuff to give out to people. And the idea behind the Hobby League is to promote new people getting into the game, building and painting their army up to 100 points, and in a certain amount of time. And we had pretty good success with it. We had a lot of fun with it too. There's also, I'm going to look at some of the books that have come out, the mission cards, and they have these Ace campaigns, which I only have one of them. Right, I know there's another one out, but I got the first one they did, which was Bloody Omaha, and these are really cool because first of all, everybody, I think they're like $10, something like that, but everybody who's going to play in the campaign needs their own deck, ideally. And you have mission cards that you're playing through a campaign with this, but you're picking an ace, and I think there's 2 tank and 2 infantry aces in this to choose from, and that ace is your leader for your formation. But I'll get into all that. It's kind of just adding a little story and characterization to the game, but we'll look at that in another video. So anyway, I hope this has been informative, or I hope that you enjoyed listening to me ramble for 18 minutes. I enjoyed the Beach Assault kit, and if you want some variation and something different to put on your table besides just trees and tanks, then I recommend picking it up. Everybody stay safe out there, and until next time, good gaming and good luck.